This module is about adding images into a website. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to File, Save As, make this gropius 4, and save. Again, I'm saving it into the project 2 folder. You want to make sure that's where it gets saved. Otherwise, the links that we're going to create aren't going to work. And I'm going to go to my Finder for a second. So this should be what your folder looks like. Your project 2 folder should have all of your gropius variations available. Inside there's an images folder and all your images. When we create a link from our gropius 4 project to our images folder and to our images, what we'll be telling the link to do is go to the images folder, which is in the same folder as this file, and then go to the specific image. And it's a hard link between here and there. If I were to take images and capitalize images or change the name of images, it's going to break the link on the project. If I take these images and move them out and move them someplace else, like project 1's folder, that will break the link. If I change the names of any of the images, that will break the link. So it's really important. The thing about web links for something like an image is that they have to be absolutely exactly correct. And if they're not, then the link gets broken. Okay. So I'm going to go first to the very top of my document. And I'm going to put the image right here. And so the standard link for an image is less than img src equals quote. Inside that quote, it's going to go, in this case, it's going to be images, because that is the folder that we want to look in. Then we have a slash, and then we're going to just pick the Walter Gropius photo. No, that's not the right one. Walter Gropius 1919 by 200. Okay. And an image link is one of the rare instances where we don't actually have to close the link. And I'm going to save it. And I'm going to then show you what that looks like. And we refresh. Gropius, wrong. Got the wrong file. So I'm gonna delete that and open file. Gropius 4, open. And there's my image. Okay. And images will come in the exact size that they were created at 72 pixels per inch. So this image is, probably 1.25 inches, something like that. There's one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. Nope, actually, I'm not going to do that. I'll save that for next time. Okay, so that's the first image. I'm actually going to go back, and there's another little cleanup, is that ought to be capitalized. Beginning of the caption. Then I'm going to go down, and we have images for the detailed projects. So after it says Bauhaus, I'm going to do img src equals quote images slash Bauhaus, close, save. Hit refresh. We go down, there is the Bauhaus photo. C equals images slash gropius house. And then MetLife building, image img src equals quote, go back inside the quote marks, hash marks, and images slash MetLife building New York, and save. If we had another set of folders inside the images folder, well, let's go. Let's do this. So save, tab, Chrome, hit refresh, have an image, and we have another image. And you'll notice how big that image is. That's much bigger than the other images. And so we're going to go back. And what I can add to here is we're going to start doing a little bit of CSS. We'll do a lot more CSS probably next class. So I'm going to add to this tag, inside of this tag, the word style equals quote. And inside of that, so CSS requires a certain language. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it width, and I'm going to give it a colon, and I'm going to make it 200 pixels wide, and I'm going to put a semicolon, and I'm going to put a space, so that when I start adding other styles onto here, that I'll be ready to add other styles on. Normally on a piece of CSS, within the bracket or within these quote marks, I wouldn't need to end the very last style with a semicolon, but I just find it easier to do it so that I have it ready when I decide to add another style in. And I hit save, hit Tab, go to Chrome, hit refresh, and you can see that the image is now 200 pixels wide, like that. Okay. So again, back here, I told that image style equals quote width colon 200 pixels semicolon, and then close the quote. If you mess up and you put a semicolon here, for instance, always a good thing to start looking for. I go save and I go to Chrome and I refresh. You'll see that the image is now back to regular size because that style is not formatted correctly. So if something is not reacting properly, one of the first places to look is in your style and make sure that you have it as a semicolon and a colon and a semicolon for your style attributes. Okay. Now there's one other thing I'm going to do here. And so we have this image and we have this figure caption. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap a figure all the way around this. So I'm going to start figure less than figure greater than, hit return. And that figure, and then I'm going to cut that, Command X, and I'm going to come down underneath figure caption, and I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to paste the end to figure. It's not going to have an effect on this because it's not, it has no attributes at this point. What I'm also going to do is before image, I'm going to do a tab and I'm going to do figure caption and tab so that I can see this figure wraps around both of these. And so I'm going to indent there. If you come down to UL, that also wraps around these LIs. So I'm going to tab them in. Like that. So we can see the beginning and the end tags for tags that wrap around elements. And then I'm going to come down here under Bauhaus, figure. Command X, tab, tab, return, figure. Go down to the gropius house, figure. Tab, tab, and then Command X, Command V. So the image and figure caption are within that figure. And then finally, after the MetLife building, figure. Command X, tab in image, tab in figure caption, going to hit delete there so that that time element continues to get wrapped into here. And there is our closing figure. Okay. And that should be good. And if I go to, let's see, save, tab, go to Google, hit refresh. Actually, there's a little change. There's apparently a little bit of styling added to the figure where it is now indented. Okay. All right. And I've got one other little thing I'm going to clean up. We're missing a space in there. So I'll go back to here. And after that time element, oh, that's interesting. After that A, I'm going to add a space. Go back here, hit refresh. Okay, now we have a space there. Okay, so now we've added photos into our project. And so for the next module, we will start to, first of all, we're going to add some more HTML elements to further divide the page up, and then we'll start adding CSS to make this look a little bit more like a website, make this look a little more exciting.